maarte o kaya ang daming kailangan, diva. Kung maingay ako, I take up space and attention. That's me. If my presence has weight, it's supposed to be like that. Parang ganun na yung level ko of acceptance. Very early on. Actually, surprising yung diagnosis kasi we all thought it was naturally me. Akala ko nung bata ako, may mga moments lang na magsha-shut off ako, tapos may moments na parang ang erratic or ang taas masyado. Yung ang layo nung highs and lows, and then ang bilis ng switch. So, kala ng parents ko, ano lang yan, may tawag sa amin, mapagmaktol or makulit, maharot na bata. Pero I knew then at a very young age. Siguro I was conscious of it at pagpasok ko ng primary school, grade school. Grade 1, grade 2. Ay, parang iba ako sa ibang mga bata. Sila isang sabihan lang, nakikinig sila kagad. Tapos ako, I wanna do what I wanna do. Parang gano'n. In the beginning, in the 90s and 80s kasi, I think most of the autism and ADHD studies were done in men. Adult men pa nga, wala pang young boys or very rare na may young girls na subjects. So that the doctors didn't really know what to recommend except to address the incidental or added diagnoses like halimbawa yung hyperactivity side. So nandyan yung Adderall, yung presence ng medications, ng Ritalin, depende kung ano yung nangyayari sa akin at that time. But I'm so glad na meron akong tatay na he was conscious enough na mag-aaral ako kung ano nangyayari sa anak ko. Kasi hindi pwedeng i-rely lang to sa medicine. So, what we did was cognitive behavioral therapy. So, there were workbooks sent to us on a periodic basis. Then, we go to PGH once in a while to have our tests para makalibrate kung tama pa yung mga module na ginagawa. And then, we really had to edit my itinerary for the day. Yung nakaschedule talaga kasi I get really frustrated when things don't go a certain way, especially when it's planned. So I think yan, common na suffering namin yan na in the spectrum. Okay, so I protect myself at all times. I realize and I'm very, very aware that I process things differently from other people. So, one way of protecting myself is yung stimulus, minimize ko. So, I always bring my noise-canceling headphones, and very important yan. Or when I do out-of-town shows, meron akong laging baon na earplugs. I always check with my producers if my space is private kasi ayoko din na na-invade yung space ko. I buy my own groceries and my own things. Hindi ko siya masyadong inuutos kasi ganun din, meron din akong mga food sensitivities, meron din texture sensitivity. So, para hindi ako easily irritated, ginagawa ko na bago pa siya mangyari, alam ko na kung ano yung mga ipe-prepare ko to help me navigate the neurotypical world na mas maayos. Kasi sometimes nami-misunderstand kami na ay maarte o kaya ang daming kailangan, diva. Pero in truth, we really need to keep an environment that's stable and safe for us para at least magawa namin at makafunction kami ng maayos sa work environment namin. But that being said, hindi ko din siya ginagamit na crutch as in you have to treat me special because I have a condition. I try to function in a normal world na hindi ako inconvenience sa ibang tao. Pero kailangan meron ding awareness yung people around me. So early on, hindi na ako nagmamask. When I was younger, parang, I need to pretend that I'm like them. I need to adapt na parang kaparehas lang nila ako. But now, I embrace my uniqueness. Kung maingay ako, I take up space and attention. That's me. And if my presence has weight, it's supposed to be like that. Parang ganun na yung level ko of acceptance. sobrang ganda ng I think superpower nga siyang matatawag kasi may sinasabi pa lang yung ka-interact ko. For example, in a banter, I know my next line already. And when it comes to memorizing scripts, when I really like what I'm doing and I'm interested in it, I hyperfixate on it. Ganun yung condition ng autism na talagang pag magaling ka sa isang bagay, hindi mo siya tatantanan hanggang sa point na choke ka na sa kanya sa sobrang umay na. Yung ganon. I watch the same shows, digest the same books, eat the same kind of food. So, very routinary. And that, in a sense, for somebody who's performing and has to memorize lines or kung kahit hindi lines, mga blocking, sobrang ganda kasi madali sa akin yung mga nahihirapan yung iba. Like a dance, they call me, ang tukso nila sa akin sa network dati, dance captain. Kasi tatayo lang yung choreographer, tapos lahat nagdadadalan, chikahan sa showbiz. Ako nakatutok ako sa kanya, pinanood ko yung buong routine. Pag alis ni choreographer, iiwanan niya ako na magtuturo kasi makakabisado ko na siya. Ganon siya. So meron akong eidetic memory because of it. That's one. It helps me with work. And with interacting with other people, I always notice the dehado person, the one that's quiet, the one that has something na pinagdadaanan na sumusulok. Kasi I've been there. I know it. Yung mga hindi nahahalata ng ibang tao, nasa-sense ko siya kagad. And that in a way brings me closer to the misfits, the outcasts, the people who are ridiculed and judged. And I think looking through their eyes as lenses, nakikita ko yung mundo na not everyone is entirely bad or good. There's always goodness in people. I think what the government should do, and this goes for the ones who are signing the annual budget, it's not a financial thing that we're dealing with. It's actually a priority thing. Na to us, mental health is just parang one of the footnotes in the list of things that we need to prioritize. Of course, health and education, that takes, parang yun talaga yung number 1 and number 2 natin. But of course, kadikit din ng mental health is the health of the citizens, hindi lang physical health.
Hindi ako okay. Matagal nang hindi. Ang nakikita ng mga tao ay yung masayang ako. Pero hindi yun totoo. Trabaho ko lang yun talaga.
And we should parang allocate a very considerable amount for this because millions have already been affected. And I think one of the future leaders of the country, I really do believe this, will come from our sector. Because being an awesome person is very challenging in itself. So pag umawak ka pa ng government position na ganun ka-challenging, parang ninonormal na lang namin yan. May problema kang ganito. Kahapon, yan ang ginagawa ko at naman nakatindig pa rin ako. So I think aside from funding it well, yung mga government programs, give natin ng chance yung mga awesome people to take up space, either in the government or here in the public forum like this, like a podcast or a show, na meron din kaming contributions sa society. And probably if you hear us and what we have to say, magugulat kayo kasi there are things that we notice that normal people can. They have to understand whenever they feel afraid or lonely or isolated na people you admire, they're not what at all they seem to appear like. Like, I may look smiling and strong and put together, but there are bad days also. And I didn't come to this realization in an instant. It was years of therapy, of medication, talking to experts, dealing with families in our community and gaining from their experience. So be gentle with yourself because it's a process. And me too, I admittedly sometimes fell off so many tracks that I've set for myself, but I always rise and I always try again because there's only one person that can help me, and that is me. So I have to give myself that kind of boost that I need. And if I don't get it from my own strength, I extract it from people I trust, from the support groups that I have joined, from other parents, from other autistic people. And I try to be whenever I do my guestings, pag talagang magsasalita ako, pag nakikita ako ng mga tao, gusto kong makita nila na, ay, may ganun si Tuesday, pero kaya niya. Kasi it's aspirational. Kasi kaya nyo din. Kumbaga, hindi lang tapang ang kailangan. Maniwala kayo sa sarili ninyo. Kasi hindi naman tayo naiba sa ibang tao. So, gawin nyo akong halimbawa sa mga magagandang na ipapakita, pati din yung mga pagkakamali ko. Kasi madami din akong na-try ng mga method na hindi naman nag-work. So, I'm forward and transparent with all of that para marami akong matulungan. I feel blessed to be the voice of this kind of advocacy. For a while, I really thought that it was a very, very lonely place to have this kind of condition, especially when I talk to families in our group chats na sometimes the parents really come to me and tell me na I feel alone most of the time because of the stigma. And I hope that you find your community, your tribe that will help you, because there are a lot of people who are binding together, especially now that we have awareness sa mental health na there is not supposed to be a time when a child approaches his or her parents to be met by judgment or criticism rather than acceptance and kindness and love. So sana yun din ang maramdaman ninyo whenever you want to find a stronghold in this seemingly very challenging situation, kasi there is always hope. People will reach out, doctors are lalo na ngayon, are kind enough to offer their services for free. I know some people who are doing that because a lot of people are suffering. So if you ever feel like that, you're a family, an individual who is going through this, no, you are not alone, and it is not a death sentence when you receive your diagnosis. In fact, a lot of doors will open to you, more deeper understanding, a level of kindness you never thought you had, mas malalim na. Aside from kindness, yung level ng pag-embrace sa lahat ng klase ng tao mas lalalim if only you are armed with information and a community that helps you. So yun, never feel alone. It's okay.